Develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
A give to Elliott. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Now Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now, following the interception, here's Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And an athletic hurdle that he displayed. Not a whole lot thereafter, but a nice gain. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. A shotgun snap for Newton. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
On first down, Newton flushed out right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, it's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Newton now to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down. Back to the ground attack here is McCaffrey. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Newton. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up first and goal now. Out of the gun, Newton finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's second and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on third and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
This is third and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. From the gun, Newton. And he's into the clear. The 40. He's at the 30. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
The give is to Elliott. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Yeah, baby, yeah. Here we go, 47. Here we go, 47. 26.
This is Elliott. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Here we go. 46. 26.
Now Elliott. That's it, strong running. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Now Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Prescott on third and goal. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back. He's got it complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Here we go, fellas.
Newton on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Lions. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jamarcus Lawrence. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Newton looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The 13 yards that time at a 1st. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Gun. You got set. Ready?
They go play action here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Newton. Got his turn with Samuel. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And a short gain here down to the 22. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. Dance, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jalen Smith in there to get him for a loss of a yard, and it'll bring up 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Newton on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lions. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun. Newton eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Newton throwing again. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 10-3. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Final play of the half. Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Here we go. Wide eight. Swing to the field, right. To the right. Here we go, 46. 26.
Prescott now on 2nd down. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And now the juke. Oh, now he bowls him over. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll run with Elliott, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Elliott. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
46.
Now Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Under. Switch. And hey. Here we go. 188. 26.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he will find his man on the outside. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Man open left side is Brown. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Prescott yet again. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Prescott from the gun. Hard throw, incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Newton to throw, buying time to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. On second down, here's Newton. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
A first down throw for Prescott. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 67 yards. And the Cowboys are in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32. A shotgun snap for Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The result, a first down as a quick slant gets him 14.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 49. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Back now in Arlington. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Gun. Get out.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Now it's Newton. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Off play action. Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Again, Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. To the air. Got his target, Samuel. Still shedding tackles. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st down, Newton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Throwing again is Newton. And this will complete right side to Funchess. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And Gano's kick is right through. And they take the lead out in front at 13-12. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, Elliott. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. A gain of 6 there on first.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Swing to the field, right. To the right. Check 4.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
A handoff left to Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Hustle.
Here's Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Cowboys on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Carolina getting set to take the field. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. 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 I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
20. Do something.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now they'll run it on the toss. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team, as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Here's Michael Pilardi now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. They're all through now in that game in Tampa. And the Bucs having little problem in that one. They've just opened the lead a bit further. Jameis Winston, he was the story there with 4 touchdown passes. He's back to throw. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let it fly. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there with 6 seconds remaining. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the two-point try. Now Prescott. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Well, I think it's easy to figure out why they went for 2 there, right? You want to make sure you're guarding against a field goal beating you.
Yeah, but with this little time on the clock, they just need to worry about protecting on the kickoff.
That's the big one. And with the kickoff coming up, I wouldn't squib it. I would kick it deep, but not so deep that the return guy can get it. I want to make someone else handle the football. Yeah, put some height on it and take some time down.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
So it all comes down to the right foot of Graham Gano. This a long one from 54. It looks good, and it is good. From 54 yards away, he bangs it through. And the Panthers have won the football game. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Carolina, a win's a win as they eke out the 2-point victory to take the season opener. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the Washington Redskins.